So what we need to do now is just bung the windows on the front. So we'll go for back to our working. We'll find out where you want your windows. Now, with the tools you've got on here, curved windows, round top windows, easy peasy. So we'll get our ruler, we'll find some guides and get a bit of, I can't remember how high up, I don't know, going box. So if I click on the bottom edge, press the up arrow and go up, and our window was 1.4 high, and along the green, red, 1.4, 1.51. There we go. So if we come on the bottom and we go up, now it is going to be a bit awkward because when you put a line up now, you're going to come off the front edge. We do it to 1 point, can't remember now, 1.5. It's going to be on the front edge, so we can't actually, if you see there, we're lined off the edge there. But what we can do is reference the back now. So if we click on the back wall and go on the Z, so it's the up arrow, and then we go up and we reference off that line we just made till it changes. And there we go, we've referenced off this front line onto the back. So it does a lot of inferencing, SketchUp. So if you want to draw a line in the middle, you don't have to measure it. You come off the edge, make sure you're going, so you're not sure where you're going. We're going along the x-axis, so that's the right key till it changes red. You can't go anywhere else. And then if you look at the bottom, you'll find it goes to midpoint. So we click on there. Now, what I said before is sometimes you'll click on there to there, it'll come a straight line across. And if I come halfway down the wall and go along the x-axis and then do it this way, it puts a line straight up. So you have to be careful where you start inferencing or measuring from, because that must have been on a reference point there somewhere, and it went in a straight line. But you can constrain that by pressing control and straight lines and that, but we won't do that today. So we'll get rid of that front line, don't need that. And we don't need that line there. So that's a window. Not sure how high. So I've cheated a bit. We'll go to window because I've set it up. So I've set some templates up here. But it's easy enough to do. So we'll take this one. This is a window and we'll copy that. We'll go back to our working and then we'll do a paste and then we'll paste it. Now it will come in on the SKU. So it's on the SKU there. So if we go to our protractor, click on the edge. Now you've got to get it so it's facing on an axis. At the moment it's not. So if we press the x-axis, we can raise it that way. On the y-axis, we could turn it on the front. And the z-axis, we can skew it around the bottom. So this one, we want to go on the corner, press the right arrow, constrain it on the x-axis. Click on, pull away, and just rotate. You can use a protractor. There we go, it's 90. If you look right in corner, bottom right, 90 degrees. Yep. Or you can just start moving it, type 90, enter, and we're still on 90 degrees. There we go. So we want to go on here, we want to pick it. So we have a move tool. We'll come in the center, find the center of the object here. a good shortcut is when you want to place something, you don't know, you could be, and you want to place it on here. Click on the middle, midpoint, press the up arrow, and then go across, find where you want to place it, press the up arrow, and then enter, and you're on there. And that works with all objects. So you could have an object in the distance, press the up arrow, find where you want to place it, press the up arrow again, press enter, jobs are good. And what we need to do is we want another window that side.
Eddie, is it worth showing how you actually create the window with the rectangle and then the 2 point arch?
Yep. Here we go. Right. So we've got that as a reference. Now what we can do is we'll come in with our square tool. We'll do a guide on this one as well. From the edge to the center. So we know that's square then. So we'll take our square tool. We'll start drawing a square. We press the left arrow key, which constrains it to there. We can reference off there. No, we can't. No, it won't do it on that. What I should do is just draw a square and scale it. Draw a square, double click. We can scale it. Now we want to come as a square bit on there. So we can scale it off, reference it off this window. Yeah, but we can't reference the width. So we need to measure that was 0.5. So if we just go along that edge, 0.5, scale it, and we'll come across 0.5. We'll double click this. We'll get the move tool, click on the edge, do a control, and then go along the red axis. And there we go. Take out the middle line, and you've got this part of the window. Now the arch, if we want it the same as this one, we'll bring a guide in. So we from the top, make sure it's on the blue axis, and we'll bring it down to the top of that window there. So we know this window wants to be the top of that one. Over to the left, we've got a 2-point arc. We'll click on that, left side and right side, and then we'll just bring it up. And then we'll come onto that intersection there. It will change to a cross. We've got the arc there. Now, if you notice, the default, we'll get rid of this, materials. You'll have your bars on the right hand side here, and we've got entry info. If you click on that, this will give you info you're clicking on. Now this one I've already done. That's a bit broken up there, but I think that's about, we'll click on this one. This one here, it says segments 12. If you look, it's not with great segments. I would change that to say 30. Press enter, and there we go. We've got 30 segments, and for the size we're using, call that round. Bar in the middle, we'll take that out, and there we go. We're left with the window, same as this window here, but this one has only got the frame in it. So if we click on this frame, because we don't need that, so we made this window, and that's what we were looking for. So now what we can do is double click, move tool, click on the edge, control, along the x-axis, tell a lie, click the middle, because we've got a guide on the left. Along the x-axis, do a control, and then we've got duplicated. Press the pick tool, which is a space bar, and then double click this one. We'll cut these. We'll open up our wall so it's editable, and then we'll go edit, and a post in place. And a bit of luck, we should have our windows there. If we click on a window, use the push-pull tool, push it back. If you see it changes colour to sort of, it's got the white stripes through it, and that'll push it through. If you do it and you're not sure, you can always come and reference on the back wall, anywhere along an edge, and it'll take it out exactly the same. And that's it. And we'll call that quits on our openings for our windows.